What's going on, world? This be your boy Eddy Kool, and this is the Sports Bros Podcast. Now, before we get into this episode, got to give you a little warning. We did use some. Welcome to the Sports Bros Podcast, featuring the Almighty B Live, the Money Man Scottie D, and your host, the head of creative Eddy Kool. The Sports Bros Podcast, by the fan, for the fan, talking sports just the way you like it. And without any further ado, let's give it up for the Sports Bros. We talking sports. As the Almighty B Live said before, we record on Tuesday to drop on Wednesday, and sometimes we record on Monday to drop on Tuesday. Either which way you want to do it is here for you. Your favorite sports podcast, none other than the Sports Bros Podcast. My name is Eddy Kool, aka the HOC, and I'll advise everybody, when you fall asleep on the couch, just grab a pillow or just go straight to the bed, because I got this evil crick in my neck, and I think it's from this big head, shut up, be live, and some more stuff. All right. But with that being said, I knew it was gonna happen. I knew you. Anyways. Not only do I have one, but I have two of the best co-hosts in the world. Here is the Afro-mentioned, the Almighty B Live.
What's happening? What's going on in the world today? I'm going to start this off with a smile. But there's certain things that may happen behind the scenes when Eddy takes this raw video and audio that we record and takes it to the editing floor. So he may put a disclaimer notice, but I'm going to put a disclaimer notice of my own. This is about the only time I'm going to be smiling during this podcast, because we're going to get there in just a moment. So if you do have kids that listen to this podcast, this is not going to be one of the nicer, clean versions of it. This is going to be rated R. I'm going to cuss. Mama, I'm sorry. Yes. Mom, I'm sorry ahead of time. I know we just had Mother's Day, and I love you and everything, but I'm a cuss. There's going to be a lot that's going to be said. I'm going to go ahead and start off with this introduction by cussing. JR, you kissed my ass. I heard your little introduction from last week, so you kissed my all of that. You know I was going to say something. Going to come on here with some EAGL dumbass. I'm going to try my best not to cuss too much. But I want to go ahead and get that out of the way. Feel free to bring in all of your voice memos and everything. We greatly appreciate it, except for JR. And go ahead and bring in the other guy. I'm going to cuss some more later, but at least let's get to him and let's go down this line the proper way. All right, yes, sir. Go ahead. All right.
The name of this episode is going to be called Cussing Tapes. No, I'm joking. And the other guy, he is the pride of Washington, Pennsylvania. He is pound for pound the toughest lunch person, or the Trinity lunch dude in all of Washington County. He is the one, the only, knuckle up sucker, money man, Scottie D.
Goodbye to you. Goodbye to you. Goodbye to you. And that song is dedicated to Draymond Green and Monty Williams and Doc Rivers and Ja Morant. Lots of bye-byes over the course of the last couple of days.
No.
Oh,
see,
man.
You already messed up. Not Draymond Green. I don't blame Draymond Green. I blame Jordan Poole. I even said it. I'm mad about that because I called him. I thought he was going to be one of the SPAC. He was going to be part of the SPAC. My bad.
We all did. But go ahead, Scott. We all did. Go ahead, Scott.
I love L.A. We love it. And you know what? I hadn't seen this footage until just actually this morning of this whatever show it was Perkins was on it. Kendrick Perkins. Mm-hmm. Did you see this where he predicted the Lakers would be in the Western Conference Finals, and everybody else on the show was making fun of him because at the time the Lakers were in 13th place. Who was it that was really like giving it to him? But anyway, he looked like a genius because at that point the Lakers had been on like a 5-5 skid, and LeBron had just gotten hurt, and so they limped on into the playoffs, and now they look good. They actually have the best record since they made the trades. They acquired the trade. So Denver's the best record in the West. Lakers the best record in this
since the
shortened
trade.
period. Yes, and they picked up a couple of those trades since they unloaded Westbrook and Beverly and got these core of young good players. And so this is going to be a really good series. Like we were right though. We felt out that last series and we said that if the Lakers were going to do it, they had to do it in Game 6. They did lose that Game 5 that we talked about, and then they did it in Game 6. But I'm getting a little ahead of ourselves here. Eddy Kool, let's get into it, man. I'm already kind of sneaking on into it here.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with sneaking on in if you got to. Let's go ahead and hop right into it. The top of the order. All right, let's get this thing started. Here it is, the top of the order. The reason why I just let out a deep sigh is because Ja Morant.
Oh,
I'm just gonna go.
No!
I'm just gonna say. Hey, I'm just gonna go ahead and say how many times. So you stepped in cow poo, thinking no. Okay, I messed it up. You stepped in cow poo, a cow patty, if you will. It stank. You didn't like the way it felt. Then you step in a cow patty again, and here we are with Ja Morant. It was Saturday night. I woke up Sunday morning to show you bros. Hey guys, guess what's in the news again? Ja Morant, IG Live, and a gun. Now,
I didn't think it was real, Eddie. You said I didn't think it was real. I was like, this has to be an old picture that's just now resurfacing.
Yeah, you think it's real, but I'm gonna let you guys go first, but then I'm gonna come on the back end because I got a lot to say about this. Be Live, since you chomping at the bit, let's go ahead and let you go first. Parental guidance and advisory is suggested.
all of that. All of that.
Just to let you know, if you got small kids or you don't like coarse language, fast forward to about 15 minutes down that podcast, because the reason we talking like this because it's
gonna get hot. To straight up, I'm hot.
It's germane to the situation. Go ahead,
This is stupid. This is absolutely stupid. But you know what? I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna change it because I'm not gonna attack Ja Morant right now. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I need the higher ups, the people that control the media, like your especially TMZ. I need TMZ right the hell now. I'm trying my best not to drop the F-bomb. I need TMZ to be on top of this shit because this is bullshit. All we hear is Ja Morant's name. Ja Morant wasn't the person that was filming and going on Instagram Live. He just happened to be the person filming it. That's who he was filming. I got the dude's Instagram handle. It's _DTap2. It doesn't have his name on his Instagram profile. I don't give a damn if I get sued for slander and libel. I don't give a shit because I ain't got shit to be sued over. Your name, this is a public forum. Your name is on that video. You ain't shit. I'm gonna hold you accountable. You're the one filming. You're the one trying to get clout under Madu's name. My man is out there balling. He got the contract for $190 million. You're the dude on the side with the camera trying to get clout and trying to get likes and clicks on your profile. And you continue to get him caught up in stupid shit because you don't know what the hell not to freaking film. Not everything needs to be on social media. Just live life. Good God. Don't film every freaking thing. _DTap2. You know what I found out when I went to his Instagram profile? There is a link to a website, homepage for a brand. It's called the MBNO brand. Mike Bravo, November Oscar brand. MBNO. MBNO stands for My Brothers, No Others. There's also hashtag MBNO. And this is as follows. From their website, mbnobrand.com, an unbreakable bond formed by three friends of brotherhood of family. No matter what stands in our way, we have the support of each other to become the best at life sports and mentors to those around us. MBNO is a mindset that excludes no one. Shut what I call the hell up. That is some bullshit if I've ever seen that before in my life. We have the support of each other and become the best at life. That is the stupidest thing I've ever seen when I see the shit that you post. A mindset that excludes no one. And mentors to those around us. Who in the entire hell are you mentoring? This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. You know what? This is the dumbest. The second dumbest, and it eclipses this. You know who else ain't shit? You know what this reminded me of? This reminded me of Michael Vick. You know how this reminded me of Michael Vick? Michael Vick wasn't a dude that was fighting the dogs. It was his dumbass cousins that he allowed to stay in his house. He's out of town. They're doing this dumb shit while they're at his house. Knowing good and damn well it ain't right. And of course, Michael Vick catches the blunt up because his name is the one on top of it. Did he support it? Did he not support it? Maybe, maybe not. We'll never know. But his name was on it. And so his dumbass cousins ruined this man's name. And I'm pretty sure he's guilty of certain things. Peter, don't come at me. But this is what I'm talking about. Your circle of people that you can't be this stupid. You can't be this stupid. Hold my friend, if I'm out and about, and people, and this is one thing I'm very religious about. When I'm doing my karaoke thing, and I don't film people when they're out and about, because you know what? I don't want somebody being out just having a good time. I don't want their shit to be on social media on my behest. Do you have fun? But it doesn't need to be there, because especially when you're just trying to have fun. Having fun with a gun is stupid. You know the consequences behind it, but the person behind the camera should have known that and went live with the dumb shit. And now he's already lost $39 million because he didn't make All-NBA. He should have made All-NBA, but guess what? They voted probably after and think like, oh, this dude is messing up, missed those games, and doesn't deserve All-NBA. That's $39 million he lost. And guess what? I guarantee you these contracts that may or may not, probably not going to come because of this situation right here. Because somebody wanted to hit live on Instagram and get clout. It's the stupidest thing. Ja Morant, yes, I'm holding you responsible because you shouldn't have had the gun in the first place. But the stupid ass person that had the camera in his hand wants some stupid ass clout. Bullshit. This is dumb.
He could have stopped it though. He could have stopped it. That's his boy. He could have stopped it.
That's true.
It irritates the shit out of me because you no regard whatsoever, just for clout, because your name is behind something. And that's what I need TMZ for. I need TMZ to find out these people's names as opposed to just putting Ja Morant. I need to know his boys. I need to know the circle of friends.
I think his name came out. I think Skip Bayless called this guy by name on TV the other day. I think this guy's out.
Well, I need it. Yeah. And they'll be around 2 months because I need to call this stupid ass. Oh my God, I want to cuss more. I need to know him by name because I want to call him exactly who the hell he is. You a stupid ass son of a. Oh my goodness. Woo! Scottie D.
Okay.
Be the calmer head. Be the calmer head.
Here's the thing, and I'm going to be a little repetitious on this because the one thing the really dumb thing that he did was to put a gun on social media, and he paid the price for that, and then he did it again. Now I know his friend was the one that had the camera, was his friend, but he allowed it. He could have immediately said, "Yo, man, put that camera down. I'm just going," or just don't pick the gun up and wave it around in the first place. Ja Morant is a guy who, again, and I mentioned this before, he didn't come from the streets. This was not a gangbanger, gang kid who escaped.
Crestview High School in South Carolina ain't nowhere near even close.
Crestwood.
My bad. Crestwood private school in South. My bad.
Right. His dad was teaching him to play basketball in the backyard. I mean, he had parents. He had good parents. He didn't come from a broken home. He wasn't on the streets at 9 years old selling weed and trying to survive the streets. He was, he came from a good normal family with responsible parents and he got to the top. This guy's he's a multimillionaire, And for some reason, he wants to go not back to the class of which he came, but below it. He wants to go below it. He wants to be like, but
what?
I don't know. But it's what he's doing is so completely stupid because this is actually, it's poser mentality. He's not a real gangster. He's out there flashing a gun. And now there's an actual gangster who's come forward from, I think, from the Memphis area, who's in the Crips. Yeah. And he's saying, you're not a real gangster. If you would like to be, come meet me, spend some time with me. I'll show you what this life's about. But trust me, you don't want part of this life. He's getting advice from an actual gang member saying, bruh,
you don't want this.
You don't want this. This isn't good. And there's been repeated incidents. There was an incident, I think, at Morant's house where he was playing basketball and there was a young teenager there and they got into it. And he went in the house and came back out and had the gun in his waistband. And then there was a case of he got into it with his mom, got into it with somebody at a shoe store last summer and I guess called him. And he shows up with 8 or 9 people with a posse. He posses up and they go after this kid to the point where security is involved and the law is involved. And then there was another incident where someone in his family, again, I think his mom called and there was something going on, someone disrespecting someone in his family at a high school basketball game, his sister or someone. And again, him and a crew show up and there's trouble. He's trying to act gangster and you don't, first of all, mom got to stop involving him. Mom got to quit calling him in on this kind of stuff to begin with. But second of all, that's not you. If somebody's disrespecting your mom and she calls you and say, hey, I'm having trouble with this guy down at the shoe store, go there and speak to the guy. And if you want to bully up a little bit, that's one thing. But he's bringing 8 or 9 dudes and they got this guy trapped in a store. I mean, this all it has to happen is one time he crosses the wrong dude. He crosses the wrong guy because it seems like he's picking on young kids, actually, in these situations. He only has to meet the one crazy guy who does not give an F-bomb the wrong day, and that dude is either going to get shot or he's going to force John Morant to use that pistol for more than an Instagram prop, and life is going to be different in a very, very bad way. This kid has a chance right now to say, okay, I have got to cut ties with these boys that want to carry guns. And I mean, it's one thing to carry a gun. I'm not anti-gun. I think all Americans have the right to protect themselves, but when you're out there and you're drinking and you're flaunting it at a club or you're flaunting it on social media, that's not good, especially when you're a young millionaire drawing the wrong people to yourself. You have to be better than that. You have to be smarter than that. He has to take this as a learning experience and never do this again. It's a strike two.
It's not even in his. Yeah, I 100% agree with you. The biggest thing is this: you can either be a multimillionaire professional athlete or you can be a gangster. You can't have both.
No, work like that.
Make the choice right here, right now.
Look at Aaron Hernandez. He tried it.
Who you want to be? Who do you want to be right now? Do you want to be a gangster? Then by all means. But I guarantee you, Memphis ain't gonna play that shit no more. The NBA ain't gonna play that shit no more.
David Stern would have said goodbye to him a long time
ago. Man. Sit him for the entire year. I would not be mad right now if I did not see John Morant at all in 2023-24. I wouldn't be mad at all.
He might. I think he'll get maybe like half a season. I don't know if he'll get a whole season, but if that's the message that has to be sent, that could save his life.
But here's the thing. Here's the bullshit I'm talking about. He went into Adam Silver's office and said to him, "Hey, I went to counseling, I went to therapy, and I saw what I did wrong. I apologize to you because I know I was wrong, and I'm going to change my behavior. Please, whatever was said behind closed doors to make it only, what was it, an 8-game suspension at the time? He went to Adam Silver. Adam Silver sat down with this dude, and then you're going to turn around and do the same stupid shit again?
Must have been a performance.
Suspend his ass. All of it. I've never at any point in time, I fight the system and everything. The black man is on the struggle, No, fine, suspend his ass for all of that because he want to be a gangster. Go for it. You want to be? Here you go. Let me go ahead and grab that off of you. You know what I'm saying? Let me get that money that you worked hard for. You know, I'm gonna get that off of you because that's who you want to be. That's what you want to be. Go ahead, Eddy Kool. I know you wanted your piece too. I apologize.
It's all good.
It's upsetting that we can't talk about the Eastern Conference and Western Conference Finals and what games we're going to have because of this stupid shit. Eddy Kool, my bad.
You know, Be Live, Scottie D. I echo you guys' sentiments as well too. Like Scottie D, I was going to say the same thing. It's going to be a day is going to come where, in the words, hey, Be Live, you remember how our parents used to say it, when they find the right one?
The right one.
Yeah, when they find the right one, and they're gonna get what they want. They're gonna get what they're looking for.
They go exactly.
Yeah, and you're gonna get everything you want, and then some. My whole thing is Crestwood, which is what in the Sumter area, Be Live, if I'm not mistaken, out there by something.
Yes.
Yep. I didn't know it was a private school until recently. So Shorty want to be a thug, Shorty want to be a gangster. I was talking with a coworker today, and they told me that there's a video out where Ja was throwing up gang signs. And somebody was like, well, you know, that's going to come at a cost. You know, he just can't, he going to have to pay. The last thing you want to do is be in debt to a gang members, or anybody at that inclination. You do not want to get in bed with these people, none whatsoever. They're dangerous people. Some of them are dangerous people. Some of them are good people. But I'm saying, like, you have a chance to make over $250 million. I mean, not to mention the endorsements. You had your thing going on with Powerade. Right. You had all this going for you. Yeah,
they're gone.
Yeah. Now it's all gone because you want to wave a pistol, and I'm like Scottie D. I'm all for Americans having the right to protect themselves when they need to protect themselves, not to intimidate, because you know a lot of people just pull a gun and won't shoot it. All right, you talking to a guy, you know, full transparency. You know, if you know the story, I got shot at one time before. All right, so, and I should be like, oh, the hell with guns. Like, no, it's the people that make the guns bad. But yet still the thing with Ja Morant is, and Shannon Sharp said it best, dude, you hustling backwards. You are you
get it.
You
got it. You won.
You got it. You won. You know, you out the, I would say out the hood, but you know, you went to a private school, and yeah, I mean, you made it. You made it, and you got a chance to. And let's not forget, fellas, Ja Morant got a kid.
Morant, he's got responsibility.
You have responsibilities, and this desire to be loved, this desire to be wanted, like your daddy wasn't there. I don't know about the relationship between him and his daddy. I don't know if it was good, bad, or indifferent, but yet still this desire to be wanted and to be loved and to want to feel a part of something. You are a part of something. It's called the Memphis Grizzlies. It's called the NBA. You got a lot of kids. And speaking of, you know, and us being South Carolina residents, all three of us at one point in our lives, you have some athletes that make it out the state and make it big time. I mean, other than Hootie and the Blowfish and Ray Allen, because Ray Allen went to Dalzell, South Carolina. He lived in Dalzell, South Carolina. And other than Charlamagne the God on the Breakfast Club, there's not a lot of people that make it out of South Carolina. I was all behind you, palmetto, blue, the flag, and everything. But here you are, man. You want to be a gangster. Like, I look at it like this. You have to be mindful of who you surround yourself around. You have to. Because obviously this D2P2 guy ain't got his best interest at hand. He does not have his best interest at hand. And it looks like to me he got a camp full of yes men. Nobody's gonna be like, hey man, get your shit together. Don't do this shit. Stop. You're doing stupid shit.
Eddy Kool, let me interrupt you with that real quick. When you see that he has a camp full of yes men. No, he doesn't. He doesn't have a camp full of yes men. He has a camp full of coattail draggers. He's got a camp full of dudes that ain't got shit. So they're gonna ride his coattail and like, oh man, we should do this. Yo, da da da, man. I mean, I see what you're saying with yes men, but I think it's different. I think it's like they're going to be the type of people that like, hey, yo, man, let me get in the pig with you, man. You know what I'm saying? We repping this, we repping that. Yo, man, we boys for life. Da, da, da. I can tell you right now, and I'm going to say this on air live, and this is for my best friend, my brother Eddy Kool, my best friend, my brother JR. I talk to them a lot. 3TK, Triple Threat Kings, that's going to be us for life. Those are my brothers, but I guarantee you, I don't follow behind bullshit. And they don't either.
Nope.
They hold me accountable for my shit. And I've screwed up quite a bit. I'm thankful that they've been in my corner, but they ain't followed my bullshit. And that's something that right there, that man, I think that's what upsets me the most. Is like John Morant may be trying to reach for something.
Yeah, it's poor judgment though. I mean, you can't you have to be accountable for that. Devontae Pack is the guy's name that had the Instagram. Devontae Pack.
Okay,
so there's a name good, but
stupid ass some God. Sorry,
but he has to be smarter than to he has to just. You just have to be smarter. You can't do that. You have to stop doing this stuff. You know it's bad when Kwame Brown is out there coming for you, calling you an idiot.
Of all people.
Yeah. Kwame Brown knows you're stupid. I mean, that's he's dragging you. That's bad. You hit rock bottom.
You got NBA. You was out here listening to NBA young boy. You out here looking like NBA dumb boy, dumbass.
Yeah,
like, come on, God. Yeah. I said bars from Kwame Brown. We done took way too much time about John Morant. I'm sorry. I had to cuss. I had to cuss on the air because this is. I don't think I've ever been this upset about something that was so promising. I want
not even that buffet that one time. You I can't get to the buffet. So you got cut off at the buffet. There's lots of stuff to choose from.
See. Well, I've been cussing the whole episode. So
I got to bring you down. I got to bring you down. I got to bring you down.
Scottie D, there you go with that bullshit too. The dump button ain't gonna save this episode.
It's too late for the dump button. We're too far gone from the dump button.
We is way too far gone. We just gonna have to put the disclaimer out there. I apologize, but damn it, the hell.
Let's talk about the Lakers now. Let's talk about the Lakers.
Yeah, real quick. Let's go ahead and talk. We
can do that.
Yeah, let's go ahead and talk about. Well, we got a little bit of time left for the next segment. Let's go ahead and talk about what we want to talk about: the Lakers and the Nuggets. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. The X factor for the Lakers to win is the health of Anthony Davis. Scottie D, what say you?
That seems to have been the case here so far. That and getting help, and the Lakers got lots of help in that game 6. They had
say it again.
Yeah,
say it again for the people in the back.
Help. They got to get help.
ESPN, if you put one more dumbass stat about LeBron James this, LeBron James that, he's great. He has a scoring record. He is already on Mount Rushmore. Why do you keep putting stats on top of stats? You don't need to. Recognize game where game is at. Recognize Austin Reeves. Recognize Rui Hachimura. Recognize Lonnie Walker. Recognize D'Angelo Russell. Recognize these dudes. These are the ones that are winning the games for the Lakers right now.
Yeah.
Recognize them. God.
You know who I want to recognize? Darvin Ham. Because these guys are buying into Darvin Ham. And I always make fun of the NBA for going from recycle coach to coach. Like Doc Rivers, he's already had 5, 6, 7, 8 jobs. He'll probably get another 4 or 5. He's available now.
Yeah.
But this was the first time that Darvin Ham got an opportunity, and he looks comfortable in the role. He looks like a guy who is in charge of that team, not just a guy who's like a figurehead, who's just the coach in name. And they're playing defense. They stepped out and they played defense on these guys. And Anthony Davis was a beast on the boards in the deciding game. And that's, it's more than just LeBron got to score, AD got to score, AD got to block a couple shots. They needed the help. They got it. I'm going Lakers in 6 in the next series too, Be Live.
Denver in 6. And because I want to see the Joker versus AD, because that's going to be the matchup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's going to be the matchup. And I just there's been no reason for me to doubt the Nuggets. I've been behind the Nuggets 1,000%. I'm gonna stay behind them, and also give props to Rob Pelinka. He's made a lot of dumb decisions in the past, but he got this one right. And man, whew. And then on the other side, we got Miami and Boston. Miami found a way to keep clawing the 8 seed and the 7 seed. 8 seed on the east side, the 7 seed on the west side. Play-in tournament now in the respective conference finals. And bloop, bubble. 2020 bubble has been recreated. So everybody out there that was hating on the bubble, woo, hate got you nowhere, because we get to see it all over again. And I'm excited for it. Oh, I get to smile again. God, it was about 30 minutes of Blood
growling,
pressure.
growling.
Ooh.
I will say this though. It's good to see, people say, man, the bubble basketball didn't count. Hey, look, shut the hell up. All right, here we are again. Okay, the Lakers won the championship in 2020. There's no asterisk by it. There's no cheating by it. They played a full season. They had a play-in tournament, and the Lakers won a championship that year. So let's go ahead and put that baby to bed, feed the bottle, change the diaper, give it a bath, call it a night. All right, it is what it is. In the East, like you said, we got the Celtics and the Heat. Ooh boy, the Heat kind of remind me of those 2011 Giants. They got hot at the right time. Kind of remind me of the Arlington Renegades who got hot at the right time.
XFL baby, yeah.
And won the freaking championship. I think Scottie D just got mad and threw his glasses off. Let me. He can't believe it. He said, "How the hell did we get XFL talk into NBA talk?" All right, Scottie D. So you said, who you got in the West in this series?
I'm taking Lakers versus Celtics.
Lakers versus Celtics. Be live.
Nuggets versus Celtics.
I'm going to have to go Lakers versus Celtics, but the Lakers is going to 7.
Okay.
It's going to be a slugfest. It's going to 7.
Boston, Miami is going to be 7.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Miami didn't pull it off. I would not be surprised. I just really think that Boston is just deeper. Jimmy Butler can't keep playing at this level, can he?
Him and Butler.
God, it's ridiculous. But hey, and without Tyler Hero, I think if they had Tyler Hero, it'd be an entirely different story. Now, that's tough to recover, but they're here. We are here. We are here. Let's get it. Let's go. Yes, sir.
And I'll tell you what, man. Got to give credit where credit is due, man. Eric Spoelstra, post Big Three, D Wade, and Chris Bosh era is still consistently a good coach, and people need to put more respect.
Oh, absolutely.
On his thing. Because think about it. He went to the finals without those guys, and he went to the finals with them. So you'll have to put some respect on his name. And with that being said, we'll be right back on the Sports Bros Podcast.
Eddy Kool, Be Live, the Money Man, Scottie D. Congratulations on the 200th episode of the Sports Bros Podcast. This your boy Joey Buckets from the DMV. That's DC, Maryland, and Virginia. For those that don't know, always repping the DMV area. Washington no-name football team Commanders, Washington Wizards, Hoyas, Terps Nation. You know what it is. Congratulations again. Can't wait to hear the next episode.
Back here with you at the Sports Bros Podcast, the HOC Eddy Kool, the Almighty Be Live, and the Money Man Scottie D. Fellas, first it was Coach Mike Budenholzer from the Bucks, then Monty Williams from the Suns, and now the latest domino to fall in the NBA because he couldn't win it, Doc Rivers. Scottie D, what's your thoughts about Doc Rivers getting 8-6 canned out of there in Philly?
Well, it kind of messed up one of the points I was going to make today, which was that Doc should be fired. And that was what I was going to come in with here this evening. I was going to say, hey, Philly didn't get past the second round of the playoffs again, and it's never going to happen now because this was your chance. You were up 3-2 at home, but as sure as the sun rises, Doc Rivers is going to blow a Game 3 clinching game, and James Harden will not show up in the biggest games of the season. And that was the perfect storm. He had both factors playing in. You had an MVP of the league who had a bad knee, and he needed some help, and Harden didn't give it to him. Harden was you had it in the palm of your hand in Game 6. Game 6, you're at home. You're up 2 points with 5 and some change to go. Your upstart player Max just made 2 free throws on a breakaway, whatever they call that foul, the no path foul, clear path foul, whatever it was.
Yep.
And at that point, you're up 2, and Jason Tatum couldn't score. He was terrible. This is your chance. And what happened? Tatum got hot, and the Celtics scored the next 14 points, and that was it. And we knew that when that happened, it was over for the Sixers. They weren't going on the road and winning, and they went out and got embarrassed. It was embarrassing. So Doc has to go. I mean, anybody can coach that team into the playoffs. You're there to coach them into the next level, into the late rounds, and try to win a championship. And he can't do it, obviously, because he keeps losing 3-1, 3-2 leads. And this was he had to go, had to be live.
And I'm gonna say this. Doc Rivers, my dude, I don't think he ever quite evolved since he had the big three in Boston. I don't think he ever really evolved. Like Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett. He won that one championship, and he's just been on the outside looking in every single year. And Scottie D, I think your point that you made was perfect. Any coach can get that lineup to the postseason. It's your great coaches that get you to the championship. Now, here's the problem that I have with the other two coaches that Eddy Kool mentioned, Monty Williams and Budenholzer. Monty Williams got dealt a horrible hand. That's not his fault that the team leveraged their future away and had no depth with that team. Like you're still on the grips of a 38. How old is Chris Paul? 38, 39-year-old point guard. 38, and yes, there is another 38-year-old player in the league right now that's still doing decent, but he's still, I've said it before, needed a lot of help in this postseason. It just like Cameron Payne tried. I think DeAndre Ayton just disappeared. I don't know what happened to him, but once again,
that's not the coach's responsibility to bring him along and develop him a little better.
Well, when you're thrown that 2/3 of the way into the season, that's very little time. And like Monty Williams had 3 months to turn this team into a championship contender. Get that with the chemistry, 3 months. That's not how anything works. It takes a little bit longer than that for the teams to gel like that. You give him 3 months and then, he couldn't do it. He couldn't pull off a miracle in 3 months, so you give him the can? That made no sense to me. You restructure the team. You give them a fresh team because you're going to have to gut. I think this was them gutting the team altogether anyway. Because Chris Paul's not going to be there next year. DeAndre Ayton might not be there next year. I don't know what they're going to do with Kevin Durant. I mean, you at this point in time, you build a team around Devin Booker and go from there. But I don't know. I think they're gutting the team. Budenholzer made 0 sense to me. 0. None.
He might be in Phoenix next year.
He's going to get a job.
Yeah, he's going to get a job, yeah.
I did not understand that at all. Like, just they won. Didn't they win 2? Or I know they at least won 1 championship in his tenure.
Yeah. They won 1 championship in his tenure, yeah.
Like
that year, was it the year they beat Golden State? No, Phoenix. I'm sorry, Phoenix. The year they beat Phoenix.
2021. That was 2 years ago.
Yeah. And you get I have no idea. Doc Rivers, he's probably going to get another job, but he's going to do the same as that he's been doing for the past 15, 16. When was
he
that?
He has to do more. He's not seeing the full game. He's watching Harden dribble the clock down and then rushing shots. He's watching Jason Tatum in Game 7 just getting loose and didn't make any kind of defensive adjustments to just get the ball away from that guy. And he went from 51 on way to beating you by 30. He has to get out of there. I mean, he might be better suited for the studio because he's a nice guy. He's an articulate guy. He has some good thoughts on the game. He's just not getting through to the modern NBA player.
No, I think the thing with Doc Rivers, man, he hits that wall, and when he hits it hard. I mean, like you said, he's never evolved since Ray Allen, KG, and Paul Pierce.
And on top of that is the fact that I think anybody could have coached that team to a championship that year. That was because that year they were clear by far. That year with those big three was the same as Kevin Durant and Steph Curry. Like that, there's not much wrong you could have done with that team at that
Anything's possible.
Oh man. And that team was another team that had depth, man. They had Big Baby, they had Kendrick Perkins, Eddie House, Rondo.
That was that Danny Ainge put in that magic.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where what exactly has Doc Rivers really accomplished? But enough about Doc Rivers. He deserved to get fired. Budenholzer will get another job. Monty Williams get another job. I want to get to our favorite part of the show. I want to get to some happy thoughts, maybe. Is that okay?
Some happy. You know what, B-Live? Since you said that, I'm looking at my phone because I have yet since to get a watch, and y'all know why. Guess what time it is?
What time is it? What's happening? What's going on?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. It's time once again for our favorite portion of the show. You know what time it is. The choices of the voices. And with that being said, hey, yo, Button, hit it. Choices of the voices coming up right after this.
And now, our favorite part of the show, the choices of the voices.
Once again, thank you to the wonderful and Scottie D. Watch your ears. Ever so lovely, Miss Button, for introducing our favorite portion of the show, the choices of the voices. Now, I'm going to tell you how this thing works. We ask y'all a question. You give us the answer, and we read it right here on the Sports Bros podcast. Shout out to B-Live for getting together the choices of the voices answers. You probably can't see them. Okay, there they go, because my screen might be a little bit dirty, but that's neither here nor there. Scottie D, help, I'm rambling. What's the question for this week's choices of the voices?
Who do you think is the best owner in professional sports? Some really good answers, and then there's at least one that was not a very good answer.
Oh boy, here we go. All right, we got a long one. We got the best name in the game here, Jojo Comfort. He says, be it past or present owners, I give my nod to the Rooney family based on the metrics of longevity, loyalty, dedication to the process of building quality teams in lieu of buying them, especially in the modern win now or lose era of the NFL. The Steelers have a proven track record of relevance that goes back several decades with very humble beginnings. The Rooney family has been the linchpin in that legacy by having faith in staff, as well as in the locker room. There's a lot to be said for decentralized leadership. Did I say that right?
Decentralized.
Yeah.
Decentralized.
All right,
Sure.
thank you. All right, yep, sure. Decentralized leadership. Pile that on top of the fact that the team was bought for around $3,000, and the value proposition is pretty apparent. Yeah. So the Rooney family. Good
The
one.
Rooney family.
Good choice.
Can't argue with that.
Cannot argue with that. They've only had 3 head coaches in the past,
My life.
Right.
Yeah, in the past
I'm
Pretty much.
50.
in the
I'm
past
50, and they've had 3 coaches.
Yeah, in the past 50 years, that says something. I mean, that's a blueprint that really need to be studied. All right, we got Uncle Max. He says the city of Green Bay, it truly has a place for its fan base. The majority owners are the fans, and the city of Green Bay,
The Cheeseheads.
the Cheeseheads, Wisconsin, yeah, Cheeseheads, Limburger, Swiss beer.
That is a unique situation. I do think that's actually pretty cool that still exists.
Yeah, it's pretty dope, man. It's a community-owned franchise. Gotta love it. All right, Trey Dizzle, he said the best owner in sports, hands down, is Jerry Jones. His team is the most is the most valuable in the world. And hasn't even won anything in the last 30 years. Their team's worth half as much with multiple championships just this past decade. That's the point of an owner, to make them the most profitable you can, and he reigns supreme in that category. Imagine how they would be.
There we go.
Imagine how they would be worth if they actually put it together for once and won it all. Oh, but it won't happen anytime soon. Not until we cut ties with our backup quarterback, Dak Prescott. Man, why couldn't that doctor have a
that's far enough.
We've gone too far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trey, we cussed in this episode. We just gonna leave that just.
We already have an R-rated episode going. That's as far as we need to go. But listen, his point about Jerry Jones
It'll be damn near NC-17 by the time the episode is over.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Scottie D.
His point about Jerry Jones is right on the money. It's hard to argue that because Jerry Jones has made this team so valuable and they're relevant. And like you said, they haven't even been to the NFC Championship game in 30 years, yet they're on primetime TV multiple times a year. They're selling merchandise. The cheerleaders are still pop. I mean, it's the whole package. To me, that would be the answer, obviously, except for the fact that as the owner, he won't fire the general manager. That is a problem. If he would fire the general manager and get a better general manager in there, then he would probably be the best owner in sports. That's my 2 cents on that.
Yep. And Jared Illingworth, he says, yep, I would have to agree with you, dog. Trey Duke. Yep, he has to agree. All right. Frank Norris says Ray Kinsella, owner of the Iowa Black Sox, because he restored their dignity. Scottie D, what's the story behind that?
That is the Field of Dreams. That's from the movie The Field of Dreams. That was Ray Liotta's character was Ray Kinsella, and the Black Sox are coming out of the corn, so he restored their dignity. So that's that. I get it. It's a jokey answer, but it's cool. If you like the Field of Dreams kind of movie, which is a classic.
If you build it, they will come. Yeah. Moving on to the next not so good answer. I can't wait till baseball does the Field of Dreams again. It was pretty cool the first time. Tony Bogan says Rick Hendrick of Hendrick Motorsports. Throughout his tenure as NASCAR owner, his teams have won 14 championships. Jimmy Johnson with 7, Jeff Gordon with 4, and Terry Labonte with 2, and Kyle Larson with 1. And has won 259 Cup races all time. He is in the NASCAR Hall of Fame and the Motorsports Hall of Fame. His teams have also won Xfinity Series and Truck Series titles as well too. He is a founder of a dealership group in 11 states, including the Carolinas. Yep, Rick Hendrick Motorsports, baby. Woo!
And I've bought a car from Rick Hendrick Toyota here in Fayetteville, North Carolina. So that is right. So, Scottie D, you were the one that said that this was a not so good answer. Please explain.
Tony has done it again. Got my blood pressure up. Tony, this is a sports show.
Oh, here we go.
We're talking sports, not car racing contests. That's not a sport. We're looking for a sports coach. Coaches of sports teams with athletes and players and fields and rinks and courts, that kind of stuff.
Like soccer.
Well, they're at least athleets.
You saw how I put it right there.
It's a sport.
You kind of saw that like,
it's the worst sport in the world, but it is a sport.
Yeah. Oh boy. All right, here we go.
No, before you continue, because I'm not gonna let him dog my man Tony Bogan like that. What you're not gonna do, because I don't see anybody volunteering to sit in a car going 200 miles an hour, traveling for 500 miles. I don't care who you are.
Because that's insanity.
That takes endurance.
It's insanity. It takes brain damage.
Have you seen one fat NASCAR driver? Have you seen one?
Nope.
No, because you can't get behind the wheel because it's all tiny in there.
But you will praise golf all day long, and I don't give a damn what you say. John Daly ain't done a sit-up in his entire life, but you consider him more of an athlete than any of the NASCAR drivers? Come on, Scottie D.
You know what John Daly says? He's so fat and he doesn't get injured. You can't pull fat. That's the direct quote from him.
I love John Daly. I love him.
I could tell you right now, when I was running against my dude on the beach the other day, just a couple years ago, you can't pull fat, but you can pull something. That hurt.
We need to pull that video back up. That was classic footage.
I don't give a, that hurt. My whole right side there, yeah. I don't care what anybody says. NASCAR drivers, pit crew, all that. Those are athletes.
Yeah,
I don't care what anybody. You have to be fit to do that, and so I see what you're saying. There's a lot of science and physics involved, but they're athletes. On top of that, what you know what? What did the question say? You said professional sports.
Right, and NASCAR's not a sport. So.
Oh boy, here we go.
Wow.
Tony,
Yeah,
Tony, we got your back. To pay the naysayer no attention. You know what? That's crazy that the two black people on the show actually defend NASCAR, and the white dude is the one that. Man, very progressive, baby. 2023, let's go.
Oh man, let me get my show back on the tracks. Lord have mercy, Jesus. All right, John Wasiak, he said the Roonies. He also said the Roonies were pretty good. The 74 draft was phenomenal. Led to 4 big rings. They made big money with the ponies as well too. And Brian Lavelle, he also says the Rooney family, of course. That's a dumb question, Scott. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
both those last 2 guys were fraternity brothers of mine.
Okay.
That are. A lot of my audience, people that are on my Facebook page, are Pittsburgh-oriented people. So that's why there were a handful of Roonies, and much respect to the Roonies because they are always good. They are loyal to their coaches rather than just running through coaches. If they have a down season, they give them the benefit of the doubt, and that continuity has paid off for them because the Steelers are competitive and every year they're relevant for the most part. I mean, you might have a down year here and there, but it's hard to argue against the Rooney family. They're old fashioned, they're old school, and they're likable. And as much as I am not a Steelers fan, I have a lot of respect for the Rooney family.
Yep. So with that being said, let's go ahead and give out our answers. I'll go first. I'm going to have to say the Rooney family, man. I might have to side with a lot of guys from Western PA and the Pittsburgh area. 3 head, as long as I've been alive. Let me see. 2 head coaches. No, 3. Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher, and Mike Tomlin. Now, look at a team like, I don't know, Cleveland.
They've had 3 in the last 4 years, I think.
Yeah, they've had like 3 in the last 4 years. What's another team with another high turnover that's been around for Cleveland? Cleveland. Look at Cleveland, the Dolphins, the Jets, the Giants at one point in time. Like all those have been through like coaching changes like nobody's business. But like you said, man, they're old school. They don't take no mess. They'll get you out of there if you acting unaccordingly. Just ask Antonio Brown.
That's true. That's a good point.
Yeah, they do not tolerate no BS, man. They will get you up out of there. If you're doing something that's detrimental to the team, and if it's not about the team, if it's about the individual more than the team, then you got to go, man. Because over there at what's the name of the stadium again, Scotty?
Acrisure.
Acupuncture Stadium. Acrisure Stadium. That's what's all about, man. So I would say the Roonies are a model of consistency for implementing the Rooney Rule to make sure that black head coaching candidates, they get a fair shake too. So just shout out to the Roonies, man, for being all good people. You never hear their name in controversy like that dude that used to own the football team Commander Skins and stuff like that. So so shout out to the Roonies, man. A pretty good class ownership family. Scottie D, what say you?
Well, I already gave my opinion on Jara, why I didn't choose him. Although I would not argue if somebody would put him or Mark Cuban, couple Dallas owners up. I'm very tempted to say Hal Steinbrenner because his father built the Yankees empire, and since he passed away and he's taken over, he's kind of let that roll. He's let Cashman do his job. You don't hear a lot about Hal Steinbrenner. You hear Hank all the time, firing managers left and right, but the Yankees have been very good. They're printing their own money up there, so they sign players as well. They should. He's never shut all that down. He's let them kind of do their thing. And again, they're one of the most valuable franchises in all of sports. But I'm going to pick this one because it is very, very close to my heart. We mentioned the Rooneys in Pittsburgh. The Pirates owner, Bob Nutting, is probably the worst owner in sports. He makes my skin crawl. And that leaves me with Mario Lemieux. Mario Lemieux has saved the Pittsburgh Penguin franchise here multiple times through the years. He was obviously a Hall of Fame player, a couple Stanley Cups. In I think it was 99 and 2000, he became an owner and basically saved the Penguins franchise from going bankrupt. He bought them in the AAA team, kept them in Pittsburgh. In 2007, there was a possibility that the Penguins were going to relocate to Kansas City. There was a lot of talk that they were going to move. Mario's ownership group made it happen that they built the Console, which is the Console Arena, and put a 30-year lease on it. So again, that guaranteed the Penguins to stay in Pittsburgh for another 30 years. And then they just did recently sell to this Fenway Park group, but he's maintaining an ownership stake. And throughout that time, they won 3 Stanley Cups under his watch and went to a 4 Stanley Cup finals. So the fact that Mario Lemieux, not only he's the only person ever to have his name on the Stanley Cup as a player and an owner. And for that, I got to say Mario Lemieux is one of my favorite athletes of all time and maybe my favorite owner of all time. Be Live, over to you.
All right. I'm going to throw something out here real quick, and just because I like to be the center of controversy, I'm going to read the question as Scottie D, the Money Man, posted it. So this week we're asking you who you think is the best owner in professional sports. Use your own metric as to how and why you would rate an owner or ownership group as the best. So I'm going to use my own metric. I'm going to start off with one that's already been said, Jerry Jones. He is one of the best owners of a franchise across the board, period, point blank. He may be a terrible president and a terrible general manager, but as an owner, he finds a way for us to continuously talk about and watch the mediocrity that is the Dallas Cowboys. That dude knows how to make money, period, point blank. And the fact that he keeps his team at mediocrity makes him that even greater as an owner, because the rest of us don't like the Cowboys. Can watch Cowboys fans do this year after year. It's pure entertainment at its finest, and that's why I love it. I love it, and that's I'm gonna segue right into another echelon when it comes to sports entertainment. Vincent Kennedy McMahon that just sold to the Endeavor Group. You can say whatever you want to say about McMahon, but that dude knows how to make money. He took the WWE, and then you can't even define what professional wrestling, professional sports entertainment is without mentioning WWE. WWE has indoctrinated itself into every major sport, some way, shape, or form. There's a belt for everything now. There's catchphrases, nicknames, the whole 9 yards. That was Vincent Kennedy McMahon. He's no longer the owner now, but shoot, he's got his finger in the pulse somewhere, somehow. I just want to throw that out there. But you know who my favorite is right now? My favorite is just
Robert Kraft. Robert Kraft.
Absolutely not. I will not give him. I'm not giving him not one bit of credit whatsoever. I mean, yes, he's a decent owner, but come on, bro, come on.
Daniel Snyder.
Oh shit. Magic Johnson.
Woo!
Magic Johnson is like, it's like the American success story. We wrote this dude off in 1992 when he had HIV. Like, we wrote him off. Now it's 2023 and he has his hands in almost everything. Like, what he was he part of one group that was trying to buy the Commanders? I think he was part of.
Yeah, I think they backed out of that though.
I think he backed out of it, but he has his hands in almost everything. Like, it's Magic. He is Showtime. He is Showtime. We wrote him off 30 years ago, and he is just the success story. As much as I do not like the Dodgers, I don't like. But I mean, Magic Johnson, and he may just be a minority owner, but speaking of minority, he is a minority that has found a way to be a businessman and be a great businessman at that, because he continues to make money on top of money with more money and some money on the side. And so Magic Johnson, if you want to help answer. If you want to help out the Sports Bros podcast, go from being this homemade such and such with 3 bros into a corporate conglomerate, You know, so we'll take your money. We ain't gonna change shit, but we'll
even rename it the Money Man and the Sports Bros podcast.
You hold the hell up now. You hold the hell up now, sucker. Oh, wait a minute.
No.
Hey, we're doing it for magic, not for me. We're doing it for magic.
Like, we do it Showtime and the Sports Bros podcast. We might throw that in there, but no. Scottie D, stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, so apparently Magic Johnson's net worth is $620 million, but I believe it's more than that. It got to be more than that. I mean, come on, man, get the hell up out of here. But yep, that does it for this week's choices of the voices. And I'll probably go to a Starbucks and get some Starbucks just because of Magic. Scottie D, what's on tap for next week?
Next week, let's just do a one-on-one contest. Who do you think would in their prime win a one-on-one basketball game? Kobe versus LeBron. That'll give us something to talk about next week. Who do you like? Kobe in his prime versus LeBron in his prime.
I'm boycotting. I'm boycotting.
6 pages of answers already.
I'm boycotting.
6 pages.
So you want me to cuss 2 weeks in a row? That's what you want to do. Yeah, and here's the thing. Have you noticed any of my graphics that I produced over this course of this postseason? Everything I've said nice about the Lakers, you notice I've excluded LeBron, and majority of that is because he gets enough praise as is. I don't. Go ahead.
Okay. So B-Line will be sitting this segment out next week. It'll be you and Eddy Kool.
It's your segment. No, I'm a cuss again because I'm gonna tell you right. For you, my answer already is gonna be Kobe. But just go ahead. It's your segment. You can ask the question. I'm just gonna let you know.
Well, I actually saw Kobe answering this question on YouTube yesterday. I thought, oh, that'd be interesting. Let's talk about that. So
I was like, Scottie D, I'm sitting back from the mic right now. If you saw Kobe do anything right now, that ain't him. I think he went on to the great.
Yeah, it wasn't new. It wasn't a new. It wasn't new footage. It was older.
You saw Kobe do what?
It was older. Yeah, it was older.
I don't know if you saw my eyes. Was like, you seen what? I was like, that damn AI.
Yeah, it wasn't new. It wasn't new.
Oh man. Oh, this show is off the chain this week.
Yep. And we are glad you're here at Sports Bros Podcast. That's it for choices. Rounding in the third base and heading home. We're going to try not to slide head first because my neck is all kind of jacked up. We got a round of pepper coming up next, right here on Sports Bros Podcast. Grind that pepper.
Hey, this is Tony Bogan. I want to just shout out the Sports Bros podcast for 200 episodes. That's amazing. Congratulations to all 3 of you. Been a huge fan for over a year. Keep up the good work. And P.S. Saints are coming for the Panthers.
Okay, boys, let's bring it home with a round of pepper.
All right, you heard the woman. It's time for us to go home and get what I call the hell up out of here. But before we go, we got a round of pepper. You know how we do it. 1, 2, 3 topics, rapid fire style, kind of, sort of, not really here to engage, educate, entertain, and enlighten. The 4 E's in no particular order. All right. And with that being said, I'll be on my history kick this time, and I'll go first. On this day in history, back in 1927, the Chicago Cubs beat the Boston Braves 4-3 in 22 innings.
Woo, 22.
Yeah.
Man, we definitely needed a pitch clock then. Good.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, back then they need a pitch clock and a wrap it up button, especially if it's a spell show. Wrap it up, B. Let's go. Let's go. Let's
wrap this shit up, B.
Let's go. Wrap it up, B. Let's go. All right. Over to you, Scottie D.
We're a sports show. So I'm going to talk about a sports magazine.
Oh, yeah, boy.
Martha Stewart is on the cover of the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. Now I'm going to say two things about this. I know everybody's hurt already, and I'm going to risk premature cancel culture here. But number one, she is worth $400 million. She didn't need the gig. That cover sometimes elevates young girls' careers to the next level. They use that as a stepping stone. She didn't need the money. One of these other girls did. That's my first point. Second, Be Live, over to you.
He made a noise. He made a noise.
I don't care what Scottie D says. Martha Stewart, Highlander player. Shoot. She can cook. Hey, you got me. I'm a fat kid. She can cook. You got me right there. And shoot, 81, $400 million. Shoot, I've been looking for this my entire life. I've been looking for a sugar mama. And a real sugar mama. She knows how to put sugar. I guarantee you she knows how to make Kool-Aid the right way. Martha Stewart, holler at me. I'm just I holler at her. I'm trying to
Be Live, Nicole Smith.
Don't do that. Don't do me like that. That is not necessary. My first pepper point. Let me bring it back. All right, it's actually a pretty somber and sad story. This past weekend, not this past week prior, we had a U.S. Open qualifier. And a University of Illinois fifth-year senior, Eddy Kool, literally had one of the best rounds you probably have ever seen at a U.S. Open local qualifier until a self-reported rules infraction caused his major championship hopes to come crashing down. He shot a course record 62 at the Illini Country Club in Springfield, Illinois. He would have qualified for the U.S. Open, or one step closer competing in Los Angeles in June. But there is a rules infraction where you're not allowed to correct the aeration holes in the on the green. The aeration holes allow air to get into the grass. Anybody knows anything about golf, but he inadvertently had been fixing the holes is actually part of the course. It's not divots or anything like that. And he self-reported that and got disqualified for fixing the aeration holes.
Yeah, so boy.
That 62 goes up in dust and almost pretty much a better luck next year, kid. But I'm pretty sure keep his name on your radar. Eddy Kool, he'll make it to the PGA, and I wish him the best of luck because he could have not reported it. He could have left it alone because nobody really would have seen it. But because he's like, crap, I wasn't supposed to do that. And he's a man of dignity and integrity, and I wish him the very best of luck. Eddy Kool for the ball.
I bet if I do something, I ain't tell nobody. I guarantee you that. Yeah. God, dog, we got to learn.
62. The course record is 64, by the way. So he was on fire.
Yeah, come on, son. Don't stop. All right. On this day in history, back in 1983, the Stanley Cup final in Nassau, not the Bahamas, but the Nassau Coliseum in Uniondale, New York. 4 consecutive titles for the New York Islanders as they sweep the Edmonton Oilers in 4 games with a 4-2 game 4 win. So they didn't win 4 titles in one night, in case you're thinking. They won one in 83, 82, 81, and 80. The New York Islanders dynasty. I wish it would I wish we talked about it a little bit more because people tend for not to talk about it as much as they should. But the New York Islanders, a great American sports dynasty. Over to you, Scottie D.
Nice.
They couldn't get past the Hurricanes this year, though.
Yeah, that was 40 years ago. Things have changed a whole lot since then.
So here we go, boys. The PGA Championship, the second major of the golf season, is upon us this weekend, starting Thursday at Oak Hill Country Club in Rochester, New York. Boy, I know it's really going out on a limb to pick Scotty Scheffler, but I think that's kind of where I'm leaning. But you know who's going to be there, boys?
Who?
The LIV golfers. Ah, the Live Boys are in town. And listen to what happened this past weekend. The Live tournament took place in Tulsa. Aired on what big network?
Not the CW.
The CW.
UPN. Oh, my bad. That is the CW.
The CW. So here's what happened on the CW this past weekend in the Live Golf Tournament in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Dustin Johnson birdies his final hole to force a three-way playoff against Brendan Grace and Cameron Smith. That's three big names, former PGA heavyweights. At that point, most regional networks cut to their regular programming. In Miami, they cut to the Goldbergs. Others cut to news, sitcoms, reruns, and infomercials. Even in Tulsa, you didn't get to watch the end of the tournament unless you wanted to switch to the CW app. And that, my friends, is why I ain't taking Live Golf seriously right there. Heidi happened 50 years ago, and the CW still can't figure out how to finish up a golf tournament. Be Live, over to you.
I knew you were up to no good. I knew he was up to no good. I'm like, he's actually reporting about the Live Golf Tour?
The Goldbergs in Miami. You're watching Dustin Johnson birdie, and then you get the Goldbergs. I don't even know what that is.
Oh, my God. I was like, there is hope in this world. He's reporting, but no, this is Scottie D. This is the money man. There's going to be a caveat. There's going to be a twist, and there it is. Well, I'm just going to throw in this second pepper point real quick. Speaking of the PGA Tour, fellas, y'all want to take a trip to Myrtle Beach, North Myrtle Beach next year?
Oh, that's in the backyard.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I think we should take a trip because the PGA Tour is coming to North Myrtle Beach. Oh my goodness, Scottie D, you played in that course, right? What was the name of the course?
The Dunes.
Is it Barefoot Landing or is it Grand Dunes in Myrtle?
No, I believe it. I think the tournament is going to be at the Dunes, which is located down across on the opposite side of 17 from where the Carolina Opry and the Dolly Parton Theater is. It's down and it's on the ocean. Okay. Now, unless it's the Grand Dunes, which is a little bit further down on the bypass. But I think it's the Dunes Club itself. Which the Dunes, when I moved to Myrtle Beach in the late '90s, actually had a senior PGA before it's called the Championship. Yeah. They used to have the senior event down there. So if that's the same golf course, then yes, I have played that one, and it's beautiful golf course. It's extremely nice golf course.
Oh yes. Yes, and the PGA Tour is coming to the Grandstand. I'm down. Fellas, you down? All right.
I'm down.
My second pepper point, again, is on the somber note. But this, we've been reporting about different things that some people consider sports, may not be considered sports. But one of the greats, Doyle Brunson, 10-time World Series of Poker champion, passed away this past week at the age of 89.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah. Oh, man.
And just it like the poker boom of the early 2000s, Chris Moneymaker, and now you see the World Series of Poker every year on ESPN and everything like that. You always saw this older gentleman wearing a cowboy hat. That was Doyle Brunson. He is the infamous, if you've ever held a 10 and a 2 in your hand, that was called the Doyle Brunson because he won the World Series of Poker, Texas Hold'em, not once but twice with the infamous 10-2 combination, which is just impossible. You usually throw away the 10 and a 2 because it gets you nothing. But Doyle Brunson made that famous. He's definitely one of the faces of the World Series of Poker, and he passed away at the age of 89. So I'm looking to lose some money. So if anybody got a house game that I can go to sometime this week, I'm ready to play some poker and gamble. Eddy Kool, I fold them all.
What kind of cards is these? Oh, anyways, my third and final pepper point is not really sports related. It's just what kind of mess is this here? We all know Drake, right? Yeah, Drake.
Oh hell,
the rapper from Canada.
Who did he bet on this time?
Oh, he saved his money. He's finding a way to make some money this time. As we all know, he's a big Raptors fan, and Yeah, he does a lot of big things. Well, Drake recently put out a Air Drake merchandise line, and according to Double XL, the magazine, it goes a little something like this: for $4,100, you can get a blanket. For $3,515, you can get a cashmere robe. For $150, you can get some hoodies, get a hoodie, and for some socks, fellas, some socks for $415, you can get a pair of socks. Now,
oh my gosh!
Now I don't consider myself cheap, fellas, but I know, good quality things comes at good prices. All right, so I'm looking online, right, and I'm looking at some underwear and stuff like that. Now I'm looking on Amazon.com, men's underwear, of course, and you can get 3 pair of drawers, men's tagless boxers with exposed waistband for $23.95. If I order it now, it'll probably get here on the 22nd. All right. So scrolling down, they have Tommy John boxer briefs. All right. They're too damn high. They cost $91. You only get 3 pack of drawers in the pack.
All what right? A show we got going this week.
Oh, even
what
better,
a show.
Even better. If you like your hiney and pricey threads, you can get some Tommy John draws for $102. Or you can just do like me and go to Walmart or Myers and get a pack of draws for like $15. Or this one time I went to Walmart, I said, ma'am, I want to get a pack of draws. And she's following me to the front. I said, what you doing? She said, I got to follow you up front. I'm like, you're a nasty little girl. Over to you, Scottie D.
What the fuck?
Where were we? Where did we go for that one?
My name is Eddy Kool, and that was my new segment. Better shit to do with your money than buy some overpriced undergarments. They can't even see them.
You said $415 for a pair of socks?
A pair of socks.
Y'all right. Kiss my ass.
All right, let me get my last PowerPoint in between you potty mouths here. So last week, boys, we picked our World Series. We made our World Series predictions. I think we all picked the Braves to win, if I'm not mistaken, didn't we?
Yes,
we did.
They need to get it together.
I think you guys both picked the Rays. Did you both pick the Rays?
I picked. I think Rays, Braves, and you said Jays.
I said the Blue Jays. That's right. I said the Blue Jays and the Braves, and they played each other this past weekend.
Oh, they did.
And the Blue Jays, after a 9th inning blown save by the Braves, completed the sweep on Sunday. So it's not that far-fetched to think that could be the World Series. That could have been the World Series preview. That is 9 straight losses for the Braves against the Blue Jays. Did you guys realize that? I did not. I just read this, but the Blue Jays are 12-3 at home. The Braves did get back on track, I believe, right? They had lost 4 straight. Didn't they beat the heck out of the Rangers on
12-0? Yep.
On Monday, yeah. So they're back on track. So I'm still expecting that. And put that. You have a shadow right on your face.
Yep, I
you have a shadow. Listen, I'm just saying we made some good picks, but I mean, I changed my mind. I'm now taking Blue Jays over Braves in the World Series. Be live, over to you.
Bullshit for real. This show is off the chain for real. Well, my third and final pepper point is going to be a celebratory tune. First off, I would like to congratulate one of our very own, Corey Logren, for graduating from UNC Pembroke this past week. So outstanding job to him. A couple of my peoples in town, Dominique Womack graduated from Fayetteville State. And my boy, DeBarge Me, my man Debo graduated from college as well this past. It's been celebratory tunes going on here in Fayetteville. Well, you know that's not how I end with my third and final pepper point. You know who did not graduate from college this past year?
Oh,
the resident quarterback, back-to-back national championships. He's been in college for 17 years. He's probably the second oldest quarterback to be drafted into the NFL outside of Chris Winkie, and that would be Stetson Bennett. It is now known that Stetson Bennett did not graduate from the University of Georgia. He attended the University of Georgia starting in 2017, then went to junior college in 2018, came back to Georgia for 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023. And he leaves the University of Georgia at this moment of time without a college degree. What makes it even better, though, is that because of the amount of time he spent in college and his age, there's been a lot of jokes. But the troll job of one very own Cardale Jones, back in 2012, Cardale Jones famously tweeted, "Why should we have to go to class if we came here to play football? We ain't come to play school. Classes are pointless." Cardale Jones tweeted that back in 2012. Well, Stetson Bennett, despite being in college since 2017, has not graduated from the University of Georgia. And Cardale Jones takes that story and retweets it by saying, "Buddy definitely wasn't playing school." Stetson Bennett, you come on, bro. I get it. I don't have a college degree, and I have seven years of college behind me myself. But like you're a college athlete. You're back-to-back champion. They have tutors that will do the work for you. Like, come on. There are kids that graduate in 3 years because there's a support system. How did you not graduate from college yet? Stetson Bennett. Wow.
He's about to get that NFL check though from them Rams.
He about to get the league minimum and get cut by year 2.
Probably.
Bruh,
he got practice squad checks coming at him.
Get your education. You're gonna get XFL, USFL checks, bro.
Oh boy. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
And be like Scottie D boy, Ben DiNucci.
Oh, back in the league. Unbelievable.
Guess who's back? Back again. Benny's back.
Hey,
tell a friend. Yes.
Speaking of former great NFL players, did you hear the news about Bo Jackson? Have you heard this about Bo Jackson?
No, what happened?
Bo Jackson has had the hiccups since July, and he's about to undergo some type of medical procedure to get them fixed, or at least attempt to. He missed an event where an Auburn event. I guess they were inducting Frank Thomas or honoring Frank Thomas or something. He didn't go because he just had the hiccups. He said he's done everything. Scare me, drink water upside down, smell the ass of a porcupine. It doesn't work. I was the last guy on the show to say ass this week, but he's tried all these things to try to
I quit.
Beat the hiccups.
I quit.
I'm guessing
of a porcupine.
Yeah, like, I think he probably just said it.
Where did that come from?
Country is hell.
Yeah, but he's trying. He's getting a medical He's getting a medical procedure done to try to cure the hiccups. I've heard of long-term hiccups before, and I've seen people have them where they just sit and spit. I get the hiccups for like 3 minutes, and I'm ready to jump off a building. I can only imagine. Yeah, that's awful. So I'm praying for you, Bo. Bo knows hiccups. I hope he gets the help he needs this week, man. That's awful.
204 episodes. I done cussed more. This has been it.
I've had it with you. I've had it with you.
204. But we ended the show with Bo knows hiccups. And he smelled the ass of a porcupine.
That's what he said.
Well, hold on. Before we end this show.
Hold on. No, Scottie D. No, hold on. Wait. You didn't make that up?
No, that's Bo Jackson's quote. He said that.
I told you.
I think he said that as like as saying I've been desperate. I've tried everything.
I've tried everything
out there. Yeah.
Hold on. I'm googling this right now.
Be live, we from the country. You know that's some country's hell mess. You know that's country's all outdoors. Before we go, I got a little blurb from Bleacher Report that says Doc Rivers.
I'll be damned it's true.
I told you.
I'll be damned if it ain't.
Doc Rivers said that he wants to continue coaching. According to my man Chris Haynes, NBA report, he said former 76ers head coach still has a desire to coach in the NBA with the right opportunity. It's some money grab at this point because he ain't winning nothing.
Nah, he'll get a job for sure.
Guaranteed.
Anyway. The thing about this, when I Googled about Bo Jackson, I'm sorry, I know you said something about Doc Rivers. The New York Post says that Bo Jackson, quote unquote, smelled ass of porcupine. Illustrated says Bo Jackson, quote unquote, smelled porcupine ass. You gotta understand, there's a difference between smell the ass of porcupine and smell porcupine ass. And in closing,
I have got to get out of this episode.
Oh Lord, ladies and gentlemen, this is going completely off the rails. Thank you for joining us for 203 episodes. If this is your first time, this ain't how we normally do things.
This is 204. This is 204 right here.
I can't count. I don't know.
We get canceled for real.
No, we're not. Y'all keep on supporting us, giving us the voicemails and everything, and we'll keep the good thing going. And then closing, do something nice for yourself if you can. Do something nice for someone else. They'll greatly appreciate it now more than ever. Be a blessing, not a burden, and keep your nose out of a porcupine's ass because it's been an episode of the Off the Chain Sports Bros podcast. Be live, do your gimme, do your thing. Oh Lord, Sports Bros podcast.
Yes, sir. I can't do it. Just cut it.
Yes, sir.
Cut it.
The Sports Bros podcast. We out of here. Smelling porcupine booty.
Stop recording.
Hey, it's Eddy Kool here from the Sports Bros Podcast. And do you want some more of the Sports Bros Podcast in your life? Wait a minute, don't answer that. The answer is yes. And I know you want some more of the Sports Bros Podcast in your life. Do us a small favor. Go to the description box, click our Linktree link, and you'll see all the links on how to follow the Sports Bros Podcast. Once again, thanks for listening.